Hey guys. Um, so I wanted to hop on today. It's been a while since I've done any coping strategy kind of videos. The last video that I posted were the two anxiety docu-series videos, which I know are long, but please, if you haven't watched them, I highly recommend watching them. I've had some really great feedback from people, strangers, YouTube followers, about how helpful they found the videos. And I hope you can find them helpful too. Um, so this morning I had an anxiety attack. A few different reasons. Of course, many things can spike an anxiety attack, but this is the remnants. You get the red puffy eyes. Um, I totally considered, like maybe like putting on makeup or doing something because right now I'm still, even though I'm feeling better and got myself out of the anxious state, there still is an imbalance of stuff going on in my brain, and it would not be hard to re-trigger that anxiety. So, um, I thought to myself, I'm like, man, do I really want to go on video like this? And the answer was yes, I do, because this channel is about being real with you. And right now, today, this is the real me. Um, you can't always be put together, and you can't always put on makeup and do all of that kind of stuff. So I mean, like, you see these red puffy eyes, and I just wanted to be really real with you. And if I'm going to make myself vulnerable by talking about anxiety, then I'm going to make myself vulnerable by showing you exactly what that looks like for me. So, um, your face actually will change. Your body, uh, the way you hold your posture, the way that your face is, the way that your muscles are reacting, all of those things change when you have anxiety. So you would very much notice a difference if you did a before and after picture of how you look. And it's not just the red puffy eyes, it's different like facial features that are more defined and that kind of stuff as well. So, anyways, back on track. So the reason I wanted to do this video today was to talk to you about some of the coping strategies that I use today. And I talk often about breathing exercises. Today that was not an option. I was pretty deep down that rabbit hole. And it literally took me crawling into my bed, getting under my blankets. I mean, like full blown under my blankets, curled up in a ball, pillow over my head. I just needed a dark, secure space to feel safe. Your brain believes that you are facing a really scary threat. And then I always refer to it as being chased by a bear. This morning I referred to it as being chased by a rabid bear. That's how bad things were. And so finding a sweet, calm space where you can feel secure is really important. Sometimes for me, that's my bathtub without water. I will literally go in my bathroom, I will turn off the lights, I will pull the curtain and lay in my bathtub because it's a tight, dark space. And for me, that makes me feel more safe and calm. So whatever that may be for you, have those spaces available. So what I wanted to talk to you about today, though, I wasn't able to do those breathing techniques. But after I got out of my calm space, I was able to get into a state where my brain was calm enough. It was still not calm. I'm saying calm enough that I was able to make the decision to say, hey, you know what, Haley, you really need to do a coping strategy. I'm not going to lie to you. My brain told me this morning, you don't deserve to do a coping strategy because you deserve to feel this way. And that's not true. You never deserve to feel that way. But your brain will try to trick you. And that's the crazy thing that makes it really hard for people to understand anxiety. People without anxiety don't understand how your brain can tell you those things because they are used to being able to use that rational thought. But when you're in a state of anxiety, that rational thought really doesn't, I mean, it exists, but It's overpowered. So that was me this morning. And finally, I got to that point where I'm like, hey, you need to do something. Breathing exercises, I wasn't able to lead myself in a breathing exercise. I was pretty overwhelmed. So I went straight to meditation. Meditation is by far my favorite coping strategy because it puts your body in a relaxed state. It's not just a mind coping strategy. It's a body to mind coping strategy. So first you focus on your body and then you focus on your thoughts. So it's really I keep wanting to say empowering. It's not necessarily that it's empowering, it is, but it's just really calming to do it that way. And so I wanted to share with you today my meditation apps and how I have that organized. So I'm going to record my screen and go through with you just really quickly what I have for apps, and I want to talk to you about them. So bear with me and we will get there together. So here's me recording my screen for you. So I'm going to go into my apps right now. What I've done is I've organized all of my apps that I have. You can see that I have one specifically for wellness in the second row there. We're going to go right into that. This is basically my wellness apps in one space. So if I'm in the middle of an anxiety attack, I'm not searching through all of my apps trying to find them. It's way better to have that organization to make it as easy as possible for you to make this decision. So the first one that you see here is Headspace. This one is really new to me. I haven't actually started using all of their meditations yet. However, it is so fantastic. Like, I've gone through and there's tons of stuff. So you see at the bottom that you've got meditate as an option. So I have mine set up so that it's for stress reduction and anxiety reduction. So there's lots of different things you can see. There's some featured ones, basic, breathe, letting go of stress, gives you kind of the duration. So depending on your, how escalated your mood is, how escalated your anxiety is, sometimes a 3-minute will be better, sometimes a 20-minute will be better. Today for me, I did 2 20-minute sessions because that is what I needed. So you can go through and you can see they actually have some different meditations. So it says you can start a free trial. With all of these apps, when you enter them, it'll tell you that there's like paid versions, or it tells you to start your free trial, but there will be a little X in the left-hand corner of your screen. Just go ahead and exit out of that and you still have access to a ton of materials. So, you can go for here. You can look at SOS, times for when you really need a break. That would be fantastic for if you're in the middle of an anxiety attack. Lots of different things. So there's also sleep as an option. So if you're having trouble sleeping, go through and check it out because there are tons of meditations in there. This is a course on restlessness that they've got there. That one is locked. I believe you do need the focus for, or the trial for it. But you can go into move. This is funny. I was in here earlier and I got a totally different screen. So I'm not sure how I got out of that. Let's just see. Explore. There we go. Explore. Okay. This is the screen I wanted to show you because this is where you're going to have access to the absolute most meditations. So you can see they have tons of different topics. Really great for the States. Politics without a panic. Weathering the storm. If you're going through some really stressful periods. Reframe stress and relax. Anger, sadness, and growth. Beginning meditation. That is so important, guys. Like, if you're beginning, it is really hard to get into a meditative state at first. Do not get discouraged because the more you practice it, the better you get. You are teaching yourself a new skill. Bringing awareness to your body can be really difficult, and sometimes we bring awareness, especially in anxiety, to areas of our body that actually are invoking stress. So for me, I get tightness in my chest, and I'll tend to focus on that when I'm in anxiety instead of the areas of my body that are more relaxed. So beginning meditation teaches you how to get out of that, and it helps you to distract from your thoughts. Deepen your practice, really great if you're a well-practiced meditator, maybe not during an anxiety attack, but it's really important. So for me today, I had anxiety this morning, but my brain is still out of balance. So basically for the rest of the day, I still need to focus on my self-care, and it would not be an awful thing for me to do a meditation later today to keep myself centered. I've also practiced some mindfulness today where I had a nap after my anxiety attack because I was mentally and physically exhausted. And that turned into basically me waking up and having that moment of mindfulness where I thought to myself, okay, how am I feeling right now? Now that I've practiced a coping strategy, now that I've had a nap. And it's really important to recognize how that changes you. So I recognized in that moment, I feel a lot calmer. I don't feel like I need to cry. I feel like I can get up and make myself a cup of coffee. And so just to recognize that you felt a little bit better, that's really important. The next app that I want to talk to you about, is Synctuition. This one is super cool. This is a really different form of meditation. It is, let's see, you can't get into there yet. But you can actually go in here and it's like a 3D sort of meditation. So they recommend you wear headphones for the meditation. Most of the other ones, the guided meditations, you don't. But this one, the way that they've created it is it comes through like one ear. I'm going to go back to my camera so you see me. So it starts in like one ear and it feels like it's going like through you to the other ear. And what that does is it creates actual physical sensation in your body. It's really trippy at first, but it's so cool for stopping all of those crazy thoughts because it's just something your body is not used to experiencing. And so all of your focus goes to that meditation. So this is a really cool app for that reason. So there are tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and thousands of meditations that you can choose from in here. Depending on what you need, you can always try to do one and see if it's working for you. There's introductions, that kind of stuff. They actually kind of form it so that you can go in order. You can see that they're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it kind of just brings you through a journey. So really, really cool. You can also access videos about Synctuition. Highly recommend checking out that app because it was really, really a neat experience. And I did find it super helpful. The next app I want to talk to you about is my favorite. And this one is called Calm. So when you go in, you can actually select kind of what your background is. I have mine set as Jasper Lake, and that will give me the sounds of the lake and nature, those birds chirping. I'll stop for a second. So for me, that's really calming. I find being out in nature very, very therapeutic, and that's why I bought myself my kayak. If you watch my other videos, you can change that background too in order to do something that's a little more tailored to you. You can play sounds outside of the app if you want. So you can go mountain, rain, waterfalls, lots of different things. So find something that works for you. Maybe the beach is more calming. You love thunderstorms, whatever it may be. Sometimes just coming into this app and listening to these noises can be incredibly therapeutic and relaxing. If you feel an anxiety attack coming on, this is a great way to do it. You can actually go in and also access music for the same reason. Nature melodies, all those fun things at the top. You have tons of different options with this app, and this is the free version. You can go into meditate, and you can select what you need: sleep, anxiety, beginner, stress, etc., etc., etc. You can go through. The other thing I love about Calm is that they have these actual kind of like courses. So today I decided to start the 7 days of calming anxiety, really, really amazing. It'll go through sort of mind, the present. Where are you right now? Recognizing your emotions. Let's just get you out of that anxiety state. Focusing on mind and body, learning how to not be reactive, recognizing certain things, going on. And so it's like one thing you can do every single day. You could do multiple in a day, of course, but doing them day by day kind of allows that information to sink in. Their sleep ones are super great. They have stories. I love sleep stories. They help me so much, especially when it's a familiar story. They have things like, I don't know if I can find them right now, but they do have like stories that are familiar, like, for instance, like children's stories. You can go with sleep meditations as well. They're all guided, they're all calm, they're fabulous. So please check out this Calm app because it is literally practically saving my life. The next app that I wanted to talk to you about is called Mood Flow. This one, I haven't done any in here this month, and I really need to get back on it because it is a fantastic app. But what you can do is you go into the day. This is for tracking your moods. So trying to recognize different trends maybe in your moods. So today, I'm not having such a great day. So I'm going to put my little sad face. It gives you words to explain how you're feeling. So, I'm anxious, I'm afraid, I'm overwhelmed, I'm definitely tense. You can go through. In the moment, it's really hard to describe our feelings. So having that written down can be really therapeutic. And then you can go continue. You can write a journal. So if there's anything that you want to note or anything that you need to say, you go ahead and put that in. I could totally take a picture of what I look like now and have that as kind of a recognition of how my face is changing, like I mentioned. You put in the different activities that you've done during the day because maybe certain activities are triggering you. Maybe it's a TV show. For me, it was a conversation that I had today. So, family was something that was going on. You can add your own. So for me, I noticed fluctuations during my menstrual cycle. So I've put in that, my period or so husband, right? That was what was going on this morning was we had a conversation. Nothing bad, I promise. It wasn't crazy. Maybe you haven't been sleeping, which I absolutely haven't been. How many hours of sleep did you had? I only had, what did I have this morning? I fell asleep around 2 and I was up before 7. So like 5 hours, maybe. How rested did I feel? Not at all. I was so tired already. It's really good. Go through and track it. And then you've got a calendar you can check back on each day and be like, okay, how was I feeling? And so like if yesterday I had a great day, I don't know if I could say like this, and so I'm just going to click on it so you can see what it looks like. It'll show you your trends by color. And so maybe you'll recognize that you have a cycle. So this is a really cool app for that reason because it brings recognition to your cycle. The last app, that's just my employee service program. So you may have an employee assistance program at your work. Most places do now. That's where you're able to access counseling and that kind of stuff. I did access counseling through them. It was fantastic. It was a local counselor that they got me in touch with, and she has taught me things that even though I work in mental health that I didn't necessarily consider, or she taught me how to look at things in different ways. And she helped me to not feel crazy because even though I work in mental health, it's still really easy to go down a rabbit hole of I'm crazy, I'm broken, whatever it may be. And you're not crazy or broken. You just have a lot going on in here. Anyways, those are my coping strategies that I absolutely love and that I find the most helpful. Those apps are at my fingertips. I just stick in my headphones or even just play it next to my bed or wherever I need. You take your phone with you pretty much everywhere. And meditation is just so easy once you practice it. So please give it a shot. And I hope that those apps can help you as much as they help me.